This is the sad tale of the township of Dogville. Dogville was in the Rocky Mountains in the US of A. Up here, where the road came to its definitive end near the entrance to the old abandoned silver mine. The residents of Dogville were good, honest folks, and they liked their township. And while a sentimental soul from the East Coast had once dubbed their main street Elm Street, though no elm had ever cast its shadow in Dogville, they saw no reason to change anything. Most of the buildings were pretty wretched, more like shacks, frankly.
Ben, I'll get the doors.
I'll be fine, Tom.
Is there any news from the freight industry? Is everything going to hell there, too?
Don't poke fun at the freight industry.
Tom could have spent another half hour or more on the bench, but another unusual noise roused him. It was Moses barking. Oh, that wasn't unusual in itself, but it was the way he barked that was new. And after providing a quick summary of the events of the previous evening to the astonished people of Dogville, Tom went down to the mine to retrieve the fugitive from her hideaway.
Allow me to introduce Grace. Grace, these are the citizens of Dogville.
No more words were spoken at the town meeting in the mission house, but it had been decided, they all felt, that the fugitive would be given 2 weeks. So, that very afternoon, Tom took Grace on a stroll down Elm Street to introduce her to the town he loved. So Grace turned into the alley, which went by the exotic name Gloonan Street, to knock on the door of the blind, but only too vain, man. So not very much later, Grace had ended up next to Ma Ginger's gooseberry bushes in a mood that was not particularly good. She could not tell a gooseberry bush from a cactus, but the meticulous order in the yard appealed to her. While Grace addressed the silent congregation in the mission house on Elm Street, the first of the early autumn snowstorms embraced the town. The snowflakes dusted down over the old buildings as if this were just any old town. Suddenly, you could no longer imagine a berry that would appear one day on a gooseberry bush, but only see the thorn that was there right now. The light now penetrated every unevenness and flaw in the buildings and in the people. It came again. Everyone heard it. Grace was the first to recognize it.
That's Moses.
That's Moses, she said, and jumped out of the car. She quickly covered the distance to the dog pen through what, now the buildings were gone, could scarcely be called a street, and certainly not Elm Street, as there wasn't a tree left on Dogville's little mountain ledge, let alone an elm. It was Moses. His survival was astonishing, a miracle.
No, just let him be. They will have spotted the flames in Georgetown by now. Someone will come and find them. He's just angry because I once took his bone.
Whether Grace left Dogville, or on the contrary, Dogville had left her, and the world in general, is a question of a more artful nature that few would benefit from by asking, and even fewer by providing an answer. And nor, indeed, will it be answered here.